Now, when you were talking about going forward, counterclockwise that is, you were talking about things manifesting in a more material and physical way, in a worldly way. For example, the house next to the first house, if you're going forward counterclockwise, is the second house, which is the house of money. And so already here you can see that the counterclockwise way reveals the material aspect of life, because money, the second house, is what the person, the first house, needs to make it in this world. In order to have a good time in this world and fulfill your needs, the first thing you need is money. So to see the material manifestation of the chart, you go forward, counterclockwise, and from the first house to the second house, to the third, to the fourth, etc., one by one. Now, if you go the other way, backwards or clockwise, from the first house to the 12th house, and then the 11th house, you're talking about things manifesting in a more spiritual way. For example, if you go backwards from the first house, you get to the 12th house, which is the house of the secret enemies. My teacher once told me, what is the worst enemy of the person? Do you think it is the person's body? No, it's the soul. The body wants the pleasures of the world, and the soul doesn't. It wants to get back to the source in the upper worlds, and it wants to stay pure. And this is one reason it is called the house of the secret enemy, because it is the house of the soul. In other words, the 12th house and the first house make together a person. The first house is the body, and the 12th house is the soul. And if you look at each house with the house before it going backwards or clockwise, you see they make some logical combinations. So if you take the squaring of the circle system and apply it using the backwards or clockwise method, which goes after the soul in a more spiritual approach, then the count of 10 houses clockwise from the first house brings you to the 4th house. And if you count another 10 houses, you see that the 4th house fulfills itself in the 7th house. And another 10, you see that the 7th house fulfills itself in the 10th house. And the 10th house fulfills itself in the 1st house. So this is another way of squaring the circle.